Dear masters, friends, and co-creators, before we start, we always thank Universe for giving us this great opportunity by meditating on the most supreme Lord, the Creator, with Gayatri Mantra. Om Bhurbhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yono Prachodhyat. Om Sri Matre Namaha. With deep gratitude and heartfelt thanks to Brahmashi Pitamaha Patriji and Swarnamala Amma, and taking blessings and thanking my family, husband, kids, parents, extended family, all divine masters, gurus, friends, dear ones, PSSM and PMC channels, and my study group. And I offer my sincere gratitude and heartfelt thanks to Dena Merriam for blessing me with this opportunity to speak on her new book, taking Lord Hanuma blessings and his divine light to give me strength. Whatever I share today flows from Sita Ma through Dena ji and to me, and I am mere humble servant. Today, March 29, 2026, as part of Swachaya, we truly feel blessed and fortunate to narrate a topic from book Sita's Yoga, the Yoga of Awakening Heart. And today I have with me Sunita Shivakumar from Kansas City, who will be joining me with the book reading. And as always, the universe will connect us. And the same thing, this book is a special book, and only with the Dena Mariam's blessings, I got connected to it and immediately got the book and started to share the knowledge and what I learned from this. Few topics we covered. Just wanted to tell what we have done so far. The Yoga of Love with the Joy team on special occasion Sri Ram Navami, and the Yoga of Non-Interference again with the Joy team on special day during Ugadi festival. The Yoga of Selfless Action, the Yoga of Awakening on the PMC channel on Women's Day. All special days we are doing with special topics. The Yoga of Non-Possessiveness at Lightworkers TV, and the Yoga of Forgiveness hosted by Bhiksha Master. So very grateful to be part of these sessions. And for those who do not know Dena Mariam, she was born and brought up in USA and began her interfaith movement in 1990s as vice chairman of the Millennium World Peace Summit, and she received the Nivan Peace Prize for the interfaith peace efforts, and she has written several books, and one among them Untold Story of Sita and many more. And as always, she did the yoga of gratitude on our Ka Miraculous platform. We are very fortunate for that one, and we'll see her again in May for the Mother's Day. And Dena Mariam's books always start with visionary dreams. So, and the people who have read the Untold Story of Sita, this book is a continuation of that story, but it is not necessary to have read that book, as many aspects of Sita's life will be revealed through this narrative. And Dina ji says, for the first time, I'm writing a story that is not my own, and it is a story that has been told to her. The narrator of the story is a great soul who abide in the high astral realm with the conscious of Sita Mata, also known as Mata. And this is a story of woman named Devani, showing glimpses of life towards the end of the Treta Yuga. So just brief description of this one, that way people get connected, right? I know many of you have joined, but this recap will help. So the Yoga of Awakening Heart. If we know nothing else, even if you cannot still the restless mind, if you have love for the Guru, you will progress. That's beautiful.
What's your favorite, sir?
Please, can you unmute?
Yes, sir.
Oh, thank you. Underlying all manifestations is the all-power attractive force of the universe, the force that draws the atoms closer and closer together until they coalesce into ethereal, gaseous, fiery, liquid, and solid forms. This force of attraction, also known as omniscient love, is what irresistibly draws us to the divine source, counteracting the repulsive force called Maya that forms the illusion of time, which is constant change, and space, division, and separateness. Life spins between these two polar forces of attraction and repulsion until the striving devotee awakens and overcomes the forces of repulsion of illusion, attuning oneself with omniscient love, which is the force of attraction. One transcends the illusions of time and space. So, just she will narrate a story little bit later. The difference between a human and a devata, a celestial thing, is that devata lives in the consciousness of omniscient love, which is present, past, and future. Overcome the limitations of the rational mind. I was still very much locked in the human world. This is what Devani's story, right? We told before. But a doorway to the higher realms was opening for me. She says, I understood Martha's counsel to Vibhishana, but one thing I could not quite grasp were her words about the wisdom of awakening heart. For I had not yet experienced that quality of love, and it is a matter of experience, not intellectual understanding. So we have seen the Vivishana how Martha influenced and awakened that part, right? So she is recollecting that incident. One evening, when the household was getting ready for bed, I quietly left the cottage and went to the edge of the forest in need of solitude. So, Devani, she is once she is done with all the chores, and when it is time for her taking rest in the night, she goes to the forest for the solitude. Just she wanted to get answer for her questions. It was too dark to enter, but there was a suitable place for meditation before the entrance to the forest, and I sat down. Before I could even close my eyes, to my surprise, I saw Soma approach, emerging from the familiar path that leads out to the thickest of forest trees. So Soma is a higher soul, a great devata who she is with Sita. So, and she narrates, she sends the messages to the Devani. So, she saw, Devani saw Soma. She's usually in the thickest forest in that night, coming alone. It is not, means there is something reason, then only they will come. Means she wanted to convey something to Devani because she needs some answer. And I had never met her outside the forest, and to see her there in the dark of night made me wonder how she could have come. Surely not by walking through the forest at the tower. I quickly rose and greeted her by offering pranam, and then both of them sat down. I assumed she had come to inquire about the tension in the village, because see, Devani is her problem is that how to solve the village conflict, village tension, all that is happening with the Manish, the village person who is doing in that village. But she did not ask anything about that. Many months have passed since, so Soma did not ask about her village conflict. She wanted to awaken her soul, right? So she wanted to guide in a different way. So she just kept quiet. And then many months have passed since we last met, when she had conveyed to me the story of Vibhishana, which was still very fresh in my mind. It was clear that Vibhishana's story, it is so clear that you cannot be a neutral observer. You have to step forward and take participate in the whatever that is Lanka, and that's how, that is the lesson he got it right. You cannot isolate yourself. You have to understand the other people problems and solve. So tonight I will tell you. So now Soma is telling that okay, I will tell you a story about the one Mata calls Hari. She began, her eyes lighting up as they always did when she spoke of Mata. Who is Hari? She asked. So she is telling about higher soul. So Hari is one of those few who awaken spontaneously when he first set eyes upon Mata in this life. So some people we get awakening. The topic is awakening heart, how we awaken our heart. So and one among that soul who easily got awakened is Hari. He is that higher soul. Everyone has a history. And without knowing the history, we cannot make any judgment. So this story goes back to the history, eons and many yugas cycle ago. Mata first encountered him, Hari, when he inhabited the body of wild horse. That was the time when she saw. A beautiful white stallion is how she describes him. Mata, in the form of Narayani, had come to the earth to see the progress of early humans who were living harmoniously during this much early Satya Yuga. So, like, what happens is devatas come, right? They come to the earth, they take that human form that time. So that Satya Yuga time, in those days, Narayan and Narayani would appear on earth for a brief time without taking human birth. It was their way of helping the communities of life evolve. So that is the purpose they come in that form. In those times and even now, they travel across the many universes, sometimes together and then separately, to appreciate and adore the vast diversity of life. I know how much she loves to see new life forms evolve. And Sunita, you want to read?
Ganeshaయ Namaha, Sri Saraswati Namaha, Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Mata Sita, Rama, Lakshman, Hanuman, taking the blessings of all gurus. I would like to continue. So, at the beginning of the day of Brahma, when this universe came into being through the churning of the ocean of consciousness, the subtle causal realm, the realm of ideas, emerged, and it was the realm the different forms of life began to coalesce as thought waves. At that time, the thought form of what was to evolve into the horse came into being. So we are talking about the Lord Brahma, who is created the when this universe was created. It's like churning the ocean of consciousness with his thoughts and these subtle things. So they evolved like a horse like thing who took the form of a horse, just like creation, how we human beings are created. The celestial all gods, they create with thought process. So at that time, Narayani was present when she saw it emerge and gradually descend into an astral and then material form. So like for us, it's like human form. For the gods, it's like a like thought and celestial. So they take the form, different forms, like sometimes in physical and some astral, and then she watched that devolution and over time its evolution onto earth into what the horse has become today. She admired the strength, speed, and willfulness expressed in that life form, and sometimes during the higher yugas would appear on earth to watch as herds of horses raced against the wind, speeding across grasslands and open fields. So here we are talking about the creation. So here it's like talking about the human, like they created one horse, and at that time the Narayani, here Narayani represents the Lakshmi Ma. So she saw that, and one day a beautiful white stallion caught sight of her, and something stirred in him. He became deeply attracted to her, and he left the herd to follow her, but she did not stay long on earth. She had showered him with affection, and after that she departed. He began to search for her. Separated from the herd, he lost his way and soon died. This happened many eons ago during a Satya Yuga, a time when some of the devatas came to the earth and there is a special dispensation. Due to this, Narayani enabled him to leap forward and take a human birth. So, like it's like when Brahma created that horse, and it was in the herd of the other horses, he saw the Sita, like I mean Narayani, and he got attracted and he was following her. Then mother showered her love, like affection through, like she showered him with affection, and then she departed. Just she showered his her love on him and then departed. So he felt so much happy and he was attracted and he wanted to see Mata again, and he got separated from the herd of horses, and he was falling but he could not see Mata. So he was desperate to see, and with that feel he died. So as he separated from the herd, he lost his way and soon died. So this happened many years ago, like during the Satya Yuga. So and then due to this, Narayana enabled him to live forward and take a human birth. So he has a last wish as he wanted to see. So Mata made him to give him a human birth. He was born as a male child. Since it was still Satya Yuga, memories from one life to another did not fade as they do today. And the veil between the dimensions was much thinner, so that while living in the physical world, some could peer into the subtle light filled worlds. But since he was in the early stages of human development, he could sense her, but he could not see her or know who she was. Still, she was a presence to him, and unconsciously he sought her in all the people he encountered. So, because in the previous birth as a horse, he wanted to see Mata, that he was he was so much attracted to her love, and he died with that feel that I have to see Mata. So Mata blessed him take a human form. So he was born as a male child, and because it still it's a Satya Yuga, he still have the memories. Like in we say that when a person is losing his life, when he thinks about last wish, then the next birth will be based on the last thought. Like what about he was thinking? In Bhagavata also there is a story like Jada Bharata story. So that is a very big story. Like he was a king, but he was desperate and he was like attached to the deer. So he thought about deer when he was dying. So he took the form of a deer in the next birth. But his consciousness, the inner knowledge, it was there. Then again he this time he thought of Narayana, and when he left the body of deer, he took the form of a human form. Then again in that birth, he still had the love for the Narayana, and he in that birth, human birth, he attained the salvation. So the our life cycle depends on our previous births. As we say, we in Telugu we say papam punyam, or like all the it's like a memory storage. So because in the horse life he was starving and willing to see Mata, which lead to the human birth, and but that memory is still there. He left. Okay, so sorry, it took little. So he was born as a male child. Since it was still Satya Yuga, memories from the one life to another did not fade away as they do today, and the veil between the dimensions and much was much thinner, so that while living in the physical world, some could peer into subtle light filled words. But since he was in the early stages of human development, he could sense her, but he could not see her or know who she was. Still, she was a presence to him, and unconsciously he sought her in all the people he encountered. So he was seeing only Mata in everybody. He left that life and was quickly reborn into another human body. This happened again and again as the Satya Yuga passed into Treta Yuga and Dwapara Yuga and so on. His memory of her had long ago faded. As with all of us, he kept accumulating karma, developing patterns of behavior and thought, and this kept drawing him back to the human world. So here it clearly describes that he took so many births because of the desire is not fulfilled. Like, so he left that life and he was quickly born in another human body. So this kept on. So as with all of us, he kept accumulating karma. This accumulated karma is nothing but an action, whether it's a good or bad. Based on that, we get the results. So all of us, he kept up in karma, developing patterns of behavior and thoughts. So that sankalpas, like desires, thoughts, and this kept drawing him back to the human world. The cycle of yugas kept turning, and he kept working through his karma, resolving samskaras. Yeah, samskara is nothing but a habit; it becomes a behavior. But incurring new ones with each birth. All this time, Mata was watching him, waiting for the moment when she could send her emissary to help awaken him. He may have forgotten her, but not for a moment that she had forgotten him. So emissary means person sent as a special, often confidential like. So then because he has the desire, Mata knows, though he forget each birth, what form he took, but that desire is there. Mata knows that he is taking so many forms, but he still has a desire. So now Mata tries to send some person so that it could help in a way. So Mata was watching him, waiting for the moment when she could send her emissary to help awaken him. He may have forgotten her, but not for a moment that she had. Mata has not forgotten. Eventually, it happened that he had enough of the rounds of births after birth, and his soul cried out in despair for a deeper understanding of the purpose of the life, for an end to suffering incurred through the ongoing cycles of rebirth. So, everyone we take birth till we attain that salvation or the moksha. So, he was desperate. His soul was crying like that he has to see Mata. Despite, they say, in the doorway to knowledge, and the door began to crack open for him. He pondered that life could not be only for the purpose of being born, enduring the frustrations of childhood, marrying, having children, and then facing old age and death. There had to be a deeper purpose. Through all his numerous lifetimes, he kept fine tuning his mental abilities, thinking he would find the answers through the intellect. So, in this birth, he was thinking, like, what is the purpose of life? Born like from childhood to youth, marrying kids, not only this getting married, accumulating getting all the luxurious things. No, that is not the real purpose of life. What is the real purpose of life? Why this birth, death, and what is this? So that is what making him to go towards Mata thinking. So through all his numerous lifetimes, he kept turning his mental abilities, thinking he would find the answers through the intellect. In this way, several lifetimes were spent searching for answers. And then his guru, the enlightened one sent by Mata, appeared before him. Sadly, Hari did not recognize this guru and sent him away. In that birth, Hari was the son of an educated and highly respected family, and he judged people by their appearance and intellectual acumen. His guru had the appearance of a simple, uneducated man, and he thought that this man had no knowledge and could not help him find the answers to life. So, in this birth, Hari was a like a great scholar son. So Mata said, when a person is desperate for a guru, the God will definitely send the person. He in the form of a guru. Sometimes they may not look like a scholars or anything. That soul, as the we are all separated from God, we take birth, but that soul connection of God knows who we are. So when we are striving, she wanted to help him. He sent the guru. So, but his appearance was not a like a good appearance. He was like a normal. Then Hari judged the people. Hari, because he was the son of an educated and highly respected family, and judged the people by the appearance and intellectual acumen. So he judged the people by the look. So his guru had appeared. He was simple, uneducated. He was simple, and it looked like for him uneducated man. He thought that this man had no knowledge, and could not help him find the answers to him. So Hari dismissed him and found a teacher who had all the credentials he sought. So here comes the judgment. Mata sent him the guru, but he could not recognize, and he judged and he dismissed. He did not accept him. So he now what happened? So Hari dismissed him and found a teacher who had all the credentials he sought. Through this man's teaching, Hari gained much knowledge, but his heart did not open. He had no love or compassion for other beings. His only thought was for his own salvation, not the upliftment of others. So here, Hari got a guru which he wanted, like physical appearance or like, oh, great scholar, everything. He gained the knowledge, but his heart did not open, means he did not have the feel of love. Though we may become big scholars or attain many things in our life, but if there is no love, there is no meaning for that. So he gained the knowledge, but his heart did not open. He had no love for compassion for others. His only thought was for his own upliftment, own salvation. Now you might say that Guru is Mata in disguise, for the Guru is one who fully knows inseparably from the divine. They are one. The Guru whom Mata sent and whose heart was with hers knew underlying love for Hari and tried again and again to get to him over numerous lifetimes. Even Mata was astounded by Hari's rejection of the one she sent. After all, he had been seeking for so long, searching for answers to the purpose of life, but somehow the wheel of illusion still blinded him. Mata is the most patient, as is the Guru, and even with the passing of eons, they do not give up on the seeking soul. This Guru had many other disciples scattered around this universe and others. He had liberated many, and his heart ached for Hari, who still suffered, caught in the illusion of separation, desperate for answers, trying to penetrate with his mind the mysteries of life. So here Mata in the disguise has sent the guru, proper guru, but he could not recognize him. He was judgmental, and even guru is feeling bad, like, oh, I'm trying to help you. You would like to continue, or shall I continue, Master
Yeah,
Kavit?
continue.
So what happens? So Soma stopped speaking at this point in the story and looked at me with the most loving eyes. For a moment, I thought it was Mata gazing at me through those eyes. Then she continued, Devani, there are no words to describe the love of the Guru for the Chela. Most Chelas know of their love for the Guru, not considering how much greater is the Guru's love for the Chela. The treasured one will wait indefinitely for the chela to awaken and will suffer numerous trials for the sake of the devotee. In the whole universe, there is no greater love, for it is the love of the divine expressing itself from the Guru. This is Mata's teaching. I have heard her say, treasure the one I send you, abide by the Guru's teachings, for they are my teachings. The Guru is my voice, my way of reaching you. Then Soma added, if you know nothing else, even if you can't still the restless mind, if you have the love for the Guru, you will progress. That is why the Guru must be held so close to the heart as the dearest of the dear. One day, Devani, you will know this, for you will have chelas of your own, whom you will cherish. So, uh, So here, Soma is telling that as a like how Hari is desperately searching for the gurus, even gurus also desperate to help the shishyas. Either like they also want to help, but he is not recognizing. And this in this universe, like the proper meaning, chela means here, Master Kavitha.
Student, like the one, um, like a student, disciple. So,
Disciple,
yeah,
yeah. Like a student teacher, how a student is desperate to learn the subject, and teacher is also desperate to teach the subject. So here it's in the form of a spiritual form, the consciousness, and what is the real purpose of life. So he was desperate. So Mata is trying to send him in different forms. And now Hari, this was the conversation between the Soma and Devani. Soma told about this to Devani. Then Hari was reborn again, but because of some unfinished karma, he was born into an unfortunate circumstances and faced many trials. People in the village shunned him, judging him to be a misfit. As he has judged others in the past, now he was judged. People could not see that his heart was opening, that was seeing them, that he was seeing them and the world around him with loving eyes. He did not judge the people who mistreated him because he understood that he did not know their history or why they behaved as they did. An incident happened through no fault of his that caused the villagers to chase him away, but still would not judge them or let any negative thought enter his mind. As he grew old with no family members alive and with nowhere to turn, he began to wander. So I would like to pause. So in this birth, now he was born to an unfortunate circumstances and he faced many trials. Because in the previous birth he judged other people, now it's time for him to be judged by others. So that is what karma is nothing but what we do if we hurt someone in this life, we will be get hurted by someone in other life. So he judged the people in the previous life, now he is being judged. So and see, now he did not judge the people who mistreated him because he understood that he did not know their history or why they behaved as they did, and instead happened through no fault of this, and he caused the other villagers to chase him away. So now other villagers are chasing him away. They are not treating him. But still Hari would not judge them or let any negative thought enter his mind. As he grew old, he has no family members and nowhere to turn. Again, he started wondering. None of these trials would dissuade him from his intense desire to find his guru, who had come to him in dreams. So, but still, the desire for the guru did not fade away from him, even though his behavior was changing. Like in one birth, he was judging, now he is not judging, but he's that to find the guru. As he wandered, memories of past birth returned and he recalled the time when he had rejected his guru. Great remorse came over him, and he began to think he was not worthy of finding that blessed one. Now he is feeling, repenting, like, oh, like all the births I have been doing this mistake, and I have been, I rejected the gurus. Now, like it's like a learning lesson. So he began to think that he was not worthy of finding that blessed one. Now he's feeling, oh no, I am not worthy to find a guru. But he continued to search in the effort to seek forgiveness. Now there comes the realization, then comes the forgiveness. So, but he continued to search in the effort to seek forgiveness, and one day he least expected it in the most unexpected of places. He met that guru and recognized him immediately. He submitted fully to his training. At the sight of his guru, his heart burst open, and he experienced an overflowing love and joy that he could barely contain. All he wanted to do now was to serve his guru and whomever appeared before him, because in everyone he saw only his guru. It was in that find that last remnants, means it's a trace of something left over in of his
Not,
ego.
yeah,
Yeah,
remnants of his ego.
were crushed and his consciousness expanded. So now he realized his mistakes, he repented and he asked for forgiveness. Then he could realize that it was his guru, and he surrendered all means. Like then he realized and he felt happy and his heart open, means he felt that real happiness, and whatever he was searching for, now he got, oh, this is what enlightened. Master Kavitha, you want to
Yes.
continue?
Yeah. See, what happens is like we have this saying also, right? Once we are blessed with Guru, all divine gods will bless you. So that is the power of Guru. Guru, um, like once he means, if you get the blessings of Guru and their teachings, that is the ultimate. All divine is with you. So now it was nice thing, Sunita, you have mentioned and explained. So Hari remained with his guru until his guru left his body. Before leaving, his guru told him that he had only one more life left. So his guru told that, okay, to Hari, you have one more life left now. My work is done, he said. Soon she will come to liberate you. So Sitama will come to liberate you. So he has to meet some place where he can meet that Sitama. So that birth. You have conquered your trials, but in your next birth, you will face a different kind of test. So, all the tests he has taken, you must demonstrate that worldly happiness no longer has any hold over you, that you do not succumb to the temptations of the world. So, now you will be not limited to just the worldly temptations, you'll go beyond that one. Hari died and was reborn about 60 years ago in a village not so far from Ayodhya. In this life, Hari received all the boons one could ask for. Like Sunita Master has told how in the past birth he faced so many unfinished karma and faced all the troubles. Now in this life, he received all the boons. He was born into a happy and well educated, regarded family. He was well educated and married a beautiful and wonderful wife and had loving children, and yet he was internally unmoved by these worldly gifts, never forgetting his goal. Though he is in this life, he is not touched by all that worldly pleasures. He is not forgetting his goal. Although he enjoyed life, the pleasures of the world, like Patriji says, middle path, enjoyment and enlightenment you need to have. Pleasures of the world did not really touch him, and he knew a greater joy than anything the world could offer. His mind was like the stillest of lakes, firmly fixed on the goal, realizing that life is transient. He remembered the trials he had endured in the past. Which gave him immense strength and wisdom. Although his guru was no longer in a physical body, his guru was a continual guiding presence for him, for the relationship in an eternal one, transcending death and rebirth. So, though his guru is not in physical form, but he is still guided by his guru. When he fulfilled his householder responsibilities and his wife died, Hari left his village to devote himself to meditation, because this is the last life for him, right? With only one goal in mind. Mata had appeared to him in a dream, awakening a memory that long lay dormant. And his only desire was to, because he has a desire to see Mata in physical form. So that desire, once he fulfill, he will attain the moksha. And his only desire was to see her in the flesh, physical form. That was the one desire left holding him to earth. He built himself a little hut where he could remain undisturbed, convinced beyond a shadow of doubt that in time she would appear to him. He still is positive, the one he considered to be the mother of the universe. All he wanted was a glimpse of her physical form, just one glimpse. One day I was walking with Mata near where Hari was meditating. I mean Devani. She was walking with Mata, and so Mata knows everything, right? All the situations. And they were walking towards where Hari was meditating. It was quite a distance from our cottage. But when we left the cottage, she seemed to know exactly where to go. Her only words to me were, "It is time to free him." This happened a year or so ago. The children were at the hermitage. Laukush were at the hermitage, and it was only two of us. She asked me to accompany her on the walk, and I knew from the start that she had a particular mission in mind. See, Mata has come to awaken all of us, all the souls in the. We walked for about 2 hours in silence, and then we found him. As soon as Mata stood before him, he opened his eyes and gazed at her without a word or even a pranam. No movement at all, but his eyes were filled with joy, love of seeing her. To his eyes, the one who stood before him was not Sita, the Rajkumari of Vaidehi, or Sita, the Maharani of Kausala kingdom. The one who appeared before him was the great Devi Narayani in physical form. That is what he saw, and that is what he again seen in the physical form. The one he had been seeking for eons, for several years, the one who had first stirred his heart, awakened his heart. After a few minutes, he closed his eyes again and entered a very high state of samadhi, a state of complete union with the divine, which he had not been able to attain previously. All it took was one long loving gaze at her, and she bestowed her awakening gaze at him. He entered the blissful state of oneness with all that is. He found the one he had been seeking for eons and attained a blissful union with her. This is no greater moment than that. It is the completion of a long, arduous journey. Just be with that universe, he got it. Martha sat down, as did I, and we meditated with him for quite some time. What a joyful meditation it was as we rejoiced in this long awaited reunion. After a while, we got up and left, returning home in time to meet the children. So, this is Soma and Mata with the Hari. When the children arrived, it was like any other day, nothing extraordinary. Then Sita Mata used to spend time with children. We prepared their meal, and Mata saw them off to bed with a story. This is what is like to live with Mata. You have, because see, last session we had the yoga of love. That yoga of love you can see everywhere for awakening our heart. To live with Mata, to know the sublime, and at the same time to tend to earthly affairs with the greatest care. Never have I seen her refrain from doing the most mundane task. That is her mystery. Mata is doing all her ordinary human things, whichever we do, the regular mundane things, and the divine. And you want to continue, Santa? Eons ago?
Okay. Yeah, finally, Hari, he saw Mata and he felt happy and he left his body. That is what he started. Eons ago, Hari first set eyes on Mata in the form of Narayani, and it took him this long to find her again. But this time he was able to enter the supreme state where there is no concept or thought of separation. Never again will they depart. Will they be apart? Devani. Hari's story is our story, the tale of each one of us. For we each have the history of longing, seeking, struggling, eventually finding the one who can lead us home, and then the final joyful reunion that awaits us. What we can learn from this story, and the reason Mata sent me to relay it to you, is never to lose sight of the goal, to keep it ever before us as we go about our daily life, to never despair, and to know that one she sends will surely appear at the right moment for that one, and she are never apart. Never will she lose sight of any one of us. To know this is the greatest comfort in the world, and this should enable us to endure whatever comes our way. So here this says that we should never lose our hopes or goal for that. And when we desperately wanted to meet our guru, then the God in the form of a guru will appear at the right time and right occasion. They know when to appear. So the night after we met Hari, Mata sat outside looking into the stars, strewn heavens above us. Hari is one with it all now, she murmured. What seemed like a long journey in the truth lasted no longer than the blink of an eye, a dream of Narayan, one among so many. Where is he now? I asked quietly. Look, Soma, and see. She tapped me gently on the forehead, opening my sight, and I found Hari at the feet of his beloved Guru. It was a wondrous sight, and I realized that in the whole universe there is no higher place to be. So here, yeah, so the Mata is telling to Hari, see, in, the night. Then Mata, she showed the star sea there, and then she tapped at the forehead of the Soma. Then she could see that Hari is at the feet of his beloved Guru. When Soma finished speaking, her eyes were awash in divine love. We were both so moved that we entered meditation and stayed that way for quite some time. I was aware of Mata's overpowering presence and through her blessings entered a most joyful state. It was hours before we both returned to the external world. When we did, Soma said quietly, "You must realize that Mata is always with us, even though you may not see her. There is never a moment when I am not aware of their presence." So that's why they say when you do meditation, no thoughts. When we are in the thoughtless states, we are connected to our divine soul purpose. Here they may say that universe or Atma Paramatma. So thoughtless states in the deep meditation, we feel it. And Mata says that you must realize that Mata is always with us. Even though we may not see her, but Mata is always with us in our thoughts, and it's not only the physical form, even in our thoughts. Sometimes when we think about the people we love, we feel happy because the universe, it doesn't need a body. It's just thought and the presence. In my mind returned to the story of Hari. So I asked her, Soma, do you also have a guru? So she smiled and after a few minutes replied, "There was a time when Mata sent such an awakened one to me quite some time ago." Sauma lowered her head and offered pranams as she spoke those words. "It is due to him that I was able to reach Mata and now accompany her on her visitations to the many worlds. For him I have underlying love and obeisance. If he were to appear before me at this moment and send me off to another world without a moment of hesitation, I would go, for I do not distinguish between him and Mata. His counsel to me is Mata's counsel. His directives are her." So now she is asking her, like, Soma, do you also have a guru? Then she said, yes, like Mata sent the guru. Like, see, she smiled. After moments, she said, when Mata sent her awakened one to me quite ago. And when she thought about it, she offered the pranams to his guru, and Mata is with him, and she could find the Mata and the guru are with him. So, so, yeah. Sorry. I just got so. Uh, she smiled after a few minutes, replied, "There was a time when Mata sent such a awakened one to me quite some time ago." Soma lowered her head and offered pranams. Even when thinking, she offered pranams to the Guru. It is due to that Guru she was able to reach Mata and now accompany her for her visitations in the millions. Like some in meditation, they say no, they travel astral worlds here and there. So I was able to reach Mata and accompany her in all the worlds. For him, I have underlying love and obeisance. So if we were to appear before me at this moment and he sent it me to the other world without any moment of hesitation, I would go. I do not she could not see the difference between the Mata and him because Guru is also a Mata. So if we just it is a physical form which separates us, but spiritually we are all internally only in. They say that Atma, Paramatma okate, but we get separated and think that we are different by making sorry, 1 second.
Yes. So both are same.
Sorry, someone came over. Can you please take over, Kavitha garu?
Yes, sir. Okay. When I took birth in this physical world, my memories of the past remained with me. But I was so absorbed in serving Mata that the memory of my Gurudev faded into the background. So just Soma could not differentiate between his guru and Mata. Same. I remembered him, but he was not a presence. It was only after going with Mata to meet Hari that I saw my guru again. That night, right before the dawn hour, he came to me in a dream for the first time in this life, and I recognized him immediately. See, when we immediately see, right, we have one guru, one god we believe, but when it will be in our mind. But when you see someone else, you can still see same guru or God in that person, because that you get connected. When your heart is awakened, you see that guru and other people also. So for the first time, he saw his guru again when he was with Mata. When Mata awakened Hari, the dream caused me to wake up and feeling greatly uplifted. I stepped outside the cottage, so I would not wake the children who sleep in the cottage with me. There I found Guruji meditating with Mata. See, now Soma could see his Guru and Mata together. His Guru is meditating with Mata. Without a word, I sat down beside them and entered a most blissful state. When I opened my eyes, the morning sunlight was streaming across the horizon in beautiful hues of pink and red, and he was gone, as was Mata. But that experience filled me with such overwhelming love. Later that morning, when I brought the children to Mata, Laukish, when Soma brought the children back to cottage, Mata, she said with a glowing grin, "He has been here quite a number of times, but you have been preoccupied with the children and failed to see him. Now you will see him even while fulfilling your duties." So now Sita is saying that your guru is always there. Now you have seen your guru and me together, right? But he was always there. You were busy in fulfilling your roles and responsibilities, taking care of the children and seeing me. But he's always there. But now you have seen your guru. Since that time, I am never away from my Gurudev. Now he got connected. As I am never away from Mata. It is only a matter of thought. Devani, she said, when the mind is where the mind is, that is where one is. If you keep your mind on the Guru, you will be ever in the presence. Soma said in way of conclusion. But I do not have a Guru, I murmured wistfully. Devani was saying, how I wish Mata would send such a one to me. She was asking. Soma smiled and did not reply. She never mentioned the matter of a Guru again to me, and I did not ask. It was only years later that the truth revealed itself. But it is a story, so she will tell in another story. So now in the day, another thing is, so in the days later after this meeting with Soma, I had to ask myself whether I had the love and earning that Hari had. Just like Hari had so much love and that got fulfilled, and he found his guru. And I had to admit to myself that I did not. But more than anything, I wanted to experience that intensity of love, and I began to pray for it. Soma had introduced me to a new level of devotion, and to have that depth of devotion became an overwhelming desire. It is a new way of understanding, and now Devani wants to and has that desire. Months passed, and the history of Hari, this story of Hari, dug itself deeper and deeper into my consciousness until I thought of it no matter whatever I was doing. It was going in the back scene. Over time, I met with villagers and carried on with my efforts. Slowly, she is getting with the villagers and working with them. I became aware of the quiet, almost imperceptible entry of love into my heart. Love for whom or what I would not say. It was simply love. See, the yoga of love is, you can see everywhere that as if I were becoming that. It was not an emotion, but rather a state of being. So this is the meaning of the awakening heart, I told myself one day. I cannot say how it came to me, But I am sure that meeting and listening to others and serving them, that played a role. That is how her awakening of heart has she got into, because when she was with the villagers, meeting them, understanding their problems and helping them, I began to feel in my heart the struggles for others. And everyone born encounters difficulties of some sort. Everyone has difficulties of their challenges, right? And I began to experience in my heart their joyful moments as well. When she helped them, how joyful they were. Love does not exist in a vacuum. It doesn't exist in a vacuum. It exists everywhere, in all the people. It encompasses all that is surrounded. And then she's talking about her husband. My relationship with Mandar also began to change. Now her perception to see her husband has also changed. I had allowed him to fade into the background of my heart as I busied myself with other matters. But if we ignore the ones closest to us, we are right in front of us, then what kind of love do we have? She's saying that all these days I was busy with looking at the village matters, but and doing meditation, all other things. But my husband loves me, and I have to give him some time. I have to care him. I also have to care him. That is what she's saying. I have to love him too. I had taken his affection for granted. He has loved me, but I did not give enough love to him. The more I felt for him and others, the more my longing for Mata increased. Sita Ma, she is getting connected to Sita Ma when she is able to give her love to her husband and to others. Divine is blessing her more and more. The more and more she is giving to others, more and more she is receiving from Sitama. Until now, I had been content knowing that she was there in her cottage, aware of me, sending whispers of guidance my way. But I was beginning to want and need more. Soma once told me that I could not go to her, she had to come to me. And so, what he's saying that it is not the physical form. Sitama is sending her messages subconsciously. It so saying that I always, whenever the time comes, she will send you the message. That's what Soma was telling her. Now I had to abide with an inner longing, and I realized that the awakening of the heart brings a yearning tinged with pain, a sweet pain, you might say, and that accompanies an inner joy. I would have to live this with dual emotions. So she says, like, to never lose sight of the goal. We should never lose our sight of the goal, our purpose of life. To keep it ever before as we go about our daily life. Though we do so many things in our daily life, but you should never lose your goal. To never despair, as Sunita Master was saying in that one, never get despair and keep stay positive and never despair, and to know that the one she sends will surely appear at the right moment for that one, and she are never apart. Being said, this is done, and she says that you she will send right person, right time, at right moment, her blessings. So thank you, masters. And anyone wants to share their experience or how they feel or any questions? Unmute yourself, masters. We have few more minutes.
I don't have any questions, but it was a wonderful session. Wonderful session. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time, both of your time.
Thank you, Chitra Master.
When we do individually, I have seen a few days we do and later we quit. I'm talking about myself. It's not that.
And as I was telling, right, in every session I do this recap of this book because it's only uh, when you are connected to the universe, to the higher realms, and Sri Ram or Mata blessings or Hanma blessings, the words come out from your mouth, and the topic is also picked up by masters, by the divine masters. It is not me, and Sunita Master luckily was here and doing. So, and just now I would like to share one instant. I just met. Everything happens with a reason. I just met a friend and I took a bouquet to her birthday, and she felt so happy, and she was having something, and she said, "You came right time. I was not feeling that good, but your presence made me feel happy. It is not me, it is the divine has sent me at right time." That is what is the thing. Right time I went. I might have gone at some other time, but when she needed, divine has sent me to her. It would be 10 minutes. What a beautiful thing. And the same thing, we don't want hundred or thousands of people. Whoever needs to hear or listen or gain benefited, the time will come. And there are several books and several things, but each word makes a big difference, and it is our duty to share our knowledge. And being said that, thank you, masters. And Sunita Master, you want to say?
I'm sorry, my apologies. I have to move because someone came. So
Yeah,
yeah,
but it was
it's like
one. Mm.
it's like a blessing. Actually, thanks to you, Kavita Master, as you offered me. And in to translate in English it will go, but అంటే తెలుగులో చెప్తే స్థూల శరీరంలోనే కాకుండా సూక్ష్మ రూపంలో మనకి వాళ్ళు ఉంటారు, కారణ రూపంలో అంటారు. అంటే వాళ్ళు కనిపించకుండా వాళ్ళ ప్రెసెన్స్ మనం ఫీల్, ఎందుకంటే మనం అందరం ఆ పరమాత్మ నుంచి విడిపడిపోతాము. మనము మన జన్మలెత్తేదే కోరికలు, తీరని కోరికలు అవి. అదే భగవద్గీతలో కృష్ణ భగవాన్ కూడా అదే చెప్తాడు. మన ఏవ కారణం బంధానం మోక్షం, అంటే మన మనస్సే మనకి బంధానికి మోక్షానికి కారణం అవుతుంది అని. ఆత్మకి ఏ చావు లేదు, ఏమి లేదు, ఎప్పుడూ ఉంటుంది. మన స్థూల శరీరాలు పోతుంటాయి. అట్లనే మనం ఒక గురువు గురించి ఆ తపన పడితే తప్పకుండా మనకి గురువు ఏదో ఒక రూపంలో వస్తారు. ఆయన షిరిడి సాయిబాబా కావచ్చు, సత్య సాయిబాబా కావచ్చు, పత్రిజీ గారు కావచ్చు, ఎంతో మంది గురువుల రూపంలో ఉంటారు. ఆ పరమాత్మనే గురువుల రూపంలో వచ్చి ఎవరికి ఎప్పుడు ఏ సమయంలో కాపాడాలో అప్పుడు కాపాడుతుంటాడు. అది ఆ తపన. అట్లనే మనలో మన మన హృదయం ఓపెన్ అయిందంటేనే ఆ కల్ముషం లేనప్పుడు వాళ్ళు మనకి వచ్చి చెప్తారంట. సాయిబాబా బుక్లో కూడా అంటాడు, నీ మనసులో అది తీసేసేయి, అది తీసేసేయి, నేనే వచ్చి రాస్తాను అంటాడు. సో ఏమైనా మిస్టేక్స్ ఉంటే సారీ. థ్యాంక్స్ టు దీనా మరియం, కవితా మాస్టర్, ఆల్ గురుస్.
Thank you. That's a wonderful, really very nice, Sunita. That is very, very nice. And when since the topic is Guru, and I really thank all the Gurus because I have written two books. One is Beyond the Limits, a challenge to prove oneself. That is my true life story, and that is with Guru's blessings. Without Guru's blessings, I haven't done. And after 10 years, another book, A Dose of Spirituality, that is also with Guru. Guru will come and tell, okay, this is the time. And both are for the selfless work, for the society, for the charity. So I know that that is what, even you do not know anything, but if you believe in Guru, that is itself is sufficient, is the lesson learned today. One of the way of awakening heart. So thank you, masters. Thank you.
Till last, but it's the important thing. గురువు అంటే మన చీకటిని తొలగించి అంధకారాన్ని తొలగించి వెలుతురిచ్చేటోడే గురువు. అట్లనే అందుకోసమే మనకి గురుర్ బ్రహ్మ, గురుర్ విష్ణు, గురుదేవో మహేశ్వర, గురు సాక్షాత్ పరబ్రహ్మ తస్మై శ్రీ గురువే నమః. అసలు ఇది మొదలు చెప్పాల్సింది. ఆ గురువే బ్రహ్మ, ఆ గురువే విష్ణు, ఆ గురువే పరమాత్మ. గురువు ఎవరో కాదు, ఆ పరమాత్మనే మనకి ఈ సమయంలో కనిపించడానికి ఆ గురువు రూపంలో వస్తారు. కొంతమందికి ఆలోచన రూపంలో, మెడిటేషన్ దానిలో ఉంటారు. సో థ్యాంక్స్ టు ఆల్ ద గురువుస్.
థ్యాంక్ యూ
తల్లి మొదటి గురువు, తండ్రి తర్వాత గురువు అంటారు. మనకి అందరూ గురువులకి, ప్రతి ఒక్కరికి. అందుకోసమే ప్రేమ స్వరూపలారా అంటారు. భగవాన్ సాయి బాబా కానీ అది ఆత్మస్వరూపలారా అంటారు. అందరూ డివైన్ సోల్సే. థ్యాంక్ యూ ఆల్. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
That is so correct, Sita. Thank you, masters. And for everyone who have joined today and listening, and also Swam, also master also joined, and Shravanti and many more, and Chitra master from different places. Once again, thanking each and everyone for your presence. And once again, with Sita Ma's blessings, Hanuma blessings, Sri Rama blessings, and Dena Mariam's blessings, we made this session and got enlightened. Thank you, masters. And we'll just take few minutes meditation and end the session.
And thanks to Dena Merriam master for this opportunity. Kavitha master, thank you.
Yes, master. Chitra garu.
మీ దగ్గర ఇది PDF ఏమైనా ఉందా?
లేదండి, దిస్ ఇస్ ద న్యూ బుక్ అండి. దిస్ ఇస్
a new book.
యా, జస్ట్ మనకి ఈ జనవరిలో పబ్లిష్ చేశారు. సో అదే నేను అంటున్నాను, డీనా మరియంతో మాట్లాడినప్పుడు, అలా ఫిబ్రవరి వెన్ ఐ స్పోక్ టు తనతో మాట్లాడినప్పుడు ఈ బుక్ చూడాలి అన్న వెంటనే నేను ఆ బుక్ తెచ్చుకొనేసేసి, అది అన్ని సెషన్స్ ఒక్కొక్క ఈవెంట్స్ తోటి వెళ్ళిపోతుంది నాకు. అసలు అందుకనేసి అసలు చాలా రియల్లీ హ్యాపీ. అది వీఆర్ బ్లెస్డ్ అండి. సో యా, దిస్ ఎ న్యూ బుక్ అండ్ ఇట్ ఇస్ మనకి హిందీలో కూడా కన్వర్షన్ చేసి ఇప్పుడు దే ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు సెండ్ ఇట్. బట్ మనకి చిన్న చిన్న చాప్టర్స్ తోటి ఉంటుంది, ఈచ్ వన్ స్మాల్ లెసన్. అండ్ దెన్ యా, సో ఇట్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో అవైలబుల్ ఆన్ ద అమెజాన్.
ఇప్పుడు కృష్ణ
Can you
పరమాత్మ
please show that book again, if you don't mind?
Yeah. And మీరు recordings are there అండి, Sita's yoga. And if you, there are 4 or 5 recordings. Kavitha Kukunoor is the channel, YouTube channel, and we also have recordings on Joy Team. So మీరు, if you haven't missed,
Yeah, Joy Team last one session నేను జాయిన్ అయినా. One session, right?
ఉన్నాయండి, 2 sessions చేశాను జాయ్ టీమ్ లో, and another one session I'm going to do it on Tuesday, Joy Team. With the Joy Team I'm going to do on Tuesday, but there are total 6 recordings. You can send me message and I'll share the recordings.
Yeah, sure.
If you just send in that one
personal message, I'll send you a personal message.
You can send in, but otherwise YouTube channel Kavitha Kukunoor, they has all
I will check.
several recordings on this one meditation. All right, masters, and Krishna Priya master also joined. Okay, so masters, just thanking once again, just across few minutes and then we can end the session. Masters, cross your feet, clasp your hands, close your eyes, just sit comfortable wherever you are and do not think anything. Just observe your natural, easy, calm breath. Breath is our guru. We are thanking everyone, our parents and friends, Mother Nature, Father Universe, Plant Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, Mineral Kingdom, Astral Gurus, and all the divine lords, and everyone for today's session who have joined, and Dena, Merriam, Sita, Ma, Sri Ram blessings, Hanuma blessings, and we are so blessed and received their energies. We did group meditation with satsang, receiving the positive vibes, all the cosmic energy to heal us, to give us strength, happiness, peace, and abundance, health. Last 1 minute, Masters. Last 30 seconds. And whenever you are ready, place your hands on your eyes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open your eyes with a beautiful smile. And whoever want to continue the meditation, please continue, Masters, and hug yourself. Thank you so much for all the positive energies, Masters, and see you all again. Until then, stay healthy, happy, peaceful, inspired, and be healthy. Thank you. Thank you.
Can you share your book link or anything? Means where we can buy that? 2 books you were saying, right? It's for
Yes,
charity
Master.
purpose.
Yes, yeah, sure. And your
Can you share in the Kranti group or can I send a hi message to you, personal message?
you can send me in personal message, and I also I will share, Master. Okay. So if it is India or US, let me know. That way I will send.
US.
Yes.
I'm in US.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you, Master.
Yeah,
Thank you all. Thank you all. See you all again.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sunita Masters, and all the masters. Thank you.